Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode we are going to be playing out the month of November, where Victor Osimhen has the chance to become a Premier League record breaker as he looks to break Vardy's record of scoring in 11 consecutive Premier League games. Osimhen has currently done it in 10, with his next two fixtures coming away at Carrow Road against the Canaries and then followed by a further away trip to Turf Moor to take on Burnley. So two favourable fixtures. Can Victor Osimhen break Vardy's record? We will know by the end of today's episode. But before we jump into the Premier League fixtures, we have got the fourth game in the Champions League group stage where, as you can see from the standings, a win here guarantees that we will make it through to the last 16. So with only 3 games played, we're in a fantastic position to get through, and we can throw a couple of the rotation players and the kids out in this game at home to Benfica. Let's jump right into it. It's the first game of today's episode at the Bridge. Right then guys, straight into this one. It's not really a big European night at the Bridge. It's an important game, but it's not a huge one in the grand scheme of things. We look as if we will most likely be heading through to the knockout stages regardless, but it would be nice to wrap it up and confirm it in today's game here against Benfica. Corner for Benfica here. We of course played out the reverse fixture, I think actually in the previous episode. As Rashford's gone down. Please don't be a bad one for Marcus, because we do not have enough depth as it is. Here's Carney, sends it through to Amari Hutchinson. In behind the defence, Amari bends it past Dimitrovic, and he notches up his second goal of the campaign, his first in the Champions League. And Chelsea have a 1-goal lead here at the Bridge, and Benfica will have a last-minute corner. The keeper's come up for it. It's aimed into that area. Wesley gets a touch on it, and that will do it. It wasn't particularly pretty, but Chelsea victorious and through to the last 16 of the Champions League. Alright then, just a quick update before we get into this game against Norwich, which is actually at home. I said in the intro it was away at Carrow Road, but it is actually at Stamford Bridge. Marcus Rashford, to add to our injury worries, will be out for 4 weeks. So again, during this busy November-December period where we've got lots of games, Ivan Toney already down for a number of months, and now Marcus will join him on the treatment table for 4 weeks as well. Really bad timing for that injury. Alright then guys, back at the Bridge, this time at the weekend. Victorious in midweek against Benfica to secure our progress to the last 16 of the Champions League. And of course, all eyes on Victor Osimhen, as he looks to now join Jamie Vardy on 11 consecutive games of scoring in the Premier League. Vardy stopped at 11. Can Victor get 12? Well, he'll have to score in this one first, of course, to join Vardy. Here he goes, Victor Osimhen. Oh, it's off the post. I don't believe it. Osimhen at the back stick. Was offside. I would have put my money on him scoring that one, but it cannons back off the upright. There's Reece James down the right. Chance to cross. Looks for Osimhen. What a ball by Reece James. And Victor Osimhen joins Jamie Vardy after scoring in 11 consecutive Premier League games. The first 11 of the season, he scored in every single one. What a cross from Reece. And after hitting the post earlier on, Victor wasn't going to miss for a second time. 15th of the season already. Matt, I need to try and think of something. I don't think I can match. I don't know who it was with the commentary. I want to say Martin Tyler, but that's just me being... Oh, it must be Martin Tyler. But the commentary for that Vardy goal It's 11. It's heaven for Jamie Vardy. I'm gonna have to come up with something. I can't trump that. I need to go and have a look who it was. It might have been Martin Tyler. It may well have been somebody else. Osimhen dinks one into the middle for Havertz. And he scores again to continue his purple patch. These two got such a great partnership. I need something to rhyme with 12 though. Elf? Wealth? He earns a lot of wealth. It's his 12. He earns a lot of wealth. Oh man, I'm down bad. He's not even scored yet, man. He's still got a score away at Turf Moor. Here's Elise, Pedri, Reece James in space, and it's a good save by Angus Gunn. I'm tempted to just bring Osimhen off. Like, I don't want him to get injured or suspended, and he'll want to stay out there to score more goals, but he'll want that record too. I'm going to give him a little bit longer, but I don't want him to miss this next game. Norwich in, Norwich score. Here's Kai Havertz, been moved up front now. Kai onto his left peg. Havertz, good ball in behind to Matthias Sule. Peg back to Jovanovic. Brilliant save by Angus Gunn, tipping it over the top. Great move from Chelsea though. Looking to secure the win as Norwich have got back into it. Enzo's delivery. Godfrey attacks it off the woodwork. The former Canary Ben Godfrey scored away at the Estadio de Luz. Nearly had another here, but denied by the woodwork. Here goes Kai Havertz. Goes for the dink. Oh, it's gone in. Oh, Jovanovic rounding it off, but it was all from the little dink from Kai Havertz off the upright. Angus Gunn couldn't react, and Jovanovic just runs it in. Clever little dink from Kai. Gunn doesn't get there, and it's scrambled over the line from Jovanovic. Off the chest, class. Well, there's the full-time whistle. It ends 3-1 to Chelsea. Osimhen did go down with a slight knock, but I think it might just be a 5-day injury. I'm hoping he'll be back for that game against Burnley. If not, I'm going to be gutted because he deserves that record. We'll go and find out how long he's going to be out for, but another win in our march to the Premier League this season. Alright then guys, so we are away at Turf Moor. You can see Victor Osimhen taking the kick-off. He was fine. It was just a 5-day injury, and we had the international break in between, so he had about 2 weeks off. He's looking to make it 12 Premier League games in a row in which he scored, and it will be the record breaker if he can do it today. Just an extra little side note as well, Burnley are currently bottom of the Premier League, so if the record does end here it would be absolutely gutting. And as they come inside and Burnley take a shock lead. Bloody hell, what is it I was just saying? Bottom of the league, 1-0 up at home. Here goes Osimhen. Victor Osimhen for 12. Oh, he skied it. Oh, he skied it. As Havertz in support. Havertz finds Osimhen. Little dink. Oh, it's so close. I thought it was going in. It's such a clever finish. And I thought that was going to nestle in that far corner. So close from Victor Osimhen. It's coming. It is coming, but at the moment it's still 1-0 to Burnley. Benoit flies into the tackle and Enzo keeps it alive to Pedri. Now Enzo into Osimhen. Havertz round the corner to Reece. Looking for Osimhen. It's his 12th, and he is now alone on the shelf. Premier League record breaker, Victor Osimhen. It's the captain who sets the goal up. It's a shame when records like that are broken, there's not absolute scenes. But Victor Osimhen on the spot to tap home. And he has now made it 12 Premier League games in a row that he has scored. New Premier League record breaker. Well, I'm not sure that would go down as the greatest piece of commentary ever. I genuinely had to Google words that rhyme with 12, and there was none, so I had to go for 12 and rhyme it with shelf. That is poor. That is poor. I won't quit my day job. It's not been a very good half here from us. Victor does pull us back on level terms, but Burnley have been great and we're struggling out there. Kept alive here. Havertz round the corner to Pedri, and there is the goal that gives Chelsea the lead. Pedri, the Spaniard, once again notching up. Corner, which Enzo will whip into the middle for Osimhen, and this man is just inevitable. It's 3, and Osimhen with a brace once again. His 16th or 17th goal in the Premier League already. The ball around the corner, and Burnley have a goal back from out of nowhere. 3-2 now. Bertrand, Carney, away from his man. Carney, great block, and again. And it's cleared finally, and there is the full-time whistle. It's a 3-2 victory for Chelsea. And Victor Osimhen, the breaking news, sets a new Premier League record. 12 consecutive games now. And how long can he extend this run? Finally, some good news. Marcelo Brozovic is just coming back from his injury. So he will be able to rejoin first team training and be back amongst the squads very soon. Good to start getting some of these injuries back amongst the team. Alright then guys, so call me an absolute madman, but I've just made a bit of an emergency signing. It's 39-year-old Karim Benzema. Now you remember Andre Kramaric joining us at Leverkusen at the end of last year. Karim Benzema, 39 years of age, 77 overall. The guy basically has no legs. He cannot run, but he is an absolute seasoned veteran, and with Rashford and Tony out injured, Osimhen being our only recognised striker, Karim Benzema comes in, and I'm hoping to get the same out of him as we got out of Kramaric at Leverkusen. Alright then guys, back to matters in the Champions League midweek trip to the San Siro. Now we have already qualified of course, but a win here will, or even a draw potentially, will see us finish in top spot. So we've made quite a few changes to the team, given some fringe players the minutes, as we're not massively fussed if we don't win it, but chance here, and Milan take an early lead. Ramsdale came storming out of his goal. I think that's Farias who finished it off. 1-0 to Milan inside 5 minutes. Spaniard bringing the ball inside. Great feet from him. Malo Gusto's in loads of room out on the right, and he cuts infield here. The Frenchman saved by Mike. Corner will be whipped in by Harvey Vale into the near post. Pedri attacks it, and Godfrey tried to bring it under. Now the ball's on to Farias. Carvalho with some defending to do, doesn't get there, and Milan have their second. It's Joe Willock, the Englishman, as we look set for our first competitive defeat this season in November. Brozovic, now Sule, into Benzema. Carney has Bertrand in support. Here is the Frenchman. Looks for Karim Benzema, who on the spin nearly found the bottom corner. Still Bertrand, Benzema, Carney, Sule. Matthias finds Malo Gusto into the area. Oh, pulled back to Carney, who couldn't find the net. Milan have been the better side tonight, but we've had chances out there. We've just not taken them. Oh, Willock, this is what I mean about the pace. Ben Godfrey's no slouch, but Willock has just left him in the dust. Joe Willock at the double. Milan have 3. And I think I may have made the AI slightly too quick. He's just rinsed him there. They are just swarming us. Farias rifles one into the top corner, and we are getting a taste of our own medicine here. Milan are running riot. Oh, they're in again. It's going to be 5. What has gone on here? Joe Willock with the hat-trick, but Milan just tearing through us. Oh, not again. Farias. It's 6. This is a joke, man. Willock and Farias both have hat-tricks. And I don't know what's happened in this game. Well, that has been a serious taste of our own medicine. We had a weakened side out there, but we've been embarrassed at the San Siro. Farias and Willock both hitting hat-tricks as we hold 6 in Milan. So guys, in that game, what I'd actually done had set the game speed to slow pace. Normally I play on fast, but I thought it might just make the game a little bit more mellowed out. But I don't know if where I've adjusted the sliders, it just made my players feel so sluggish, and the pace should be the same. I mean, I did have them up in that game, but I'm going to reduce the pace for the AI back down to 50. So my idea of slowing the pace of the game down is that it's a slower tempo and the ball moves a little bit slower. Not the actual players are slower, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Whether we just go back to fast pace or there is a default setting, I'm not really sure that does, but I'm going to play the next game on slow paced, and if we have a similar outcome to the Milan game, we might have to switch it up again. Alright then guys, last game of the episode. It's been a bit of a crazy one with Osimhen breaking the record and then that 6-0 damning defeat in Milan. I'm not really sure. We're in a bit of limbo at the moment because I don't want to be getting battered every week as we did in Milan, but the way we were going, we were just winning it every game. So even with ridiculous AI heavy sliders, we'll see how we get on in this one. I'm hoping that I don't just get absolutely done with the pace like we did in the previous one. Corner's floated in, falls at the back post, and we are a goal behind again. It's a brilliant finish. Yeah, guys, I'm not feeling this this slow-paced gameplay. It's probably more realistic, but like the players just feel really sluggish. I'm not sure it's for me. I'm sure we would probably get used to it, but I think going forward we might have to switch it up again. Here's Kai Havertz into Reece James, and Reece does pull us back on level terms. Maybe I'm just chatting shit, but yeah, not sure what to make of the current situation. Corner for Arsenal. We conceded from the last one. This one's into the near post and Godfrey clears. Picked up by Patino, and now Saloy again. Rolled inside. And Arsenal do have their lead back. Oh, what a brilliant goal. I think I've made the sliders too difficult. We've conceded 9 goals now in the last 2 games. I need to find that balance, but I think we might taste defeat here. It's annoying because if Ultimate was just a good standard, then we'd probably have a really exciting title race. But I didn't want us to just run away with it. I also don't want us to fucking lose every week. So it's really annoying because we're kind of having to experiment and we're not playing at a consistent level every week. Given away again. I really don't like this slow pace. Look at them just running away from my defence, man. No one can get near them. Havertz round the corner to Pedri. Osimhen, 3-2. Game back on. I mean, I don't know if with a bit of adjustment, the slow pace kind of feel could work. Maybe I've just got the sliders set for a more fast-paced feel, but with a bit of adjustment, maybe they would work on a slower pace. Havertz is at the back post, can't bring the ball down. We're looking for a way back into this, as we don't want to suffer defeat for the first time in the league. Mora, this fella is absolutely destroying me. Oh, it's going to be 4. It's 4 and we're just getting torn apart, man. I don't normally get annoyed at FIFA, but this is infuriating. Havertz now, patient build-up. Osimhen. Pedri, it should have been 4-3. Elise's corner. Into Osimhen, cleared. Picked up by Enzo Fernandez. Now Levi. Osimhen should have scored. Ball over the top. Fofana's not got there. This fella is a fucking nuisance. Big save, Ramsdale. I mean, it's been exciting. It's 4-2. There's been loads of chances, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Osimhen can bring the ball away now. Still Victor Osimhen charging forward. Osimhen bends it home and does make it 4-3. Victor Osimhen. Benzema now to Pedri. Benzema again. Round the corner to Carney. Now Osimhen, 4-4. What a cracker. And Osimhen completes his hat-trick. And that does mean that we will not taste defeat for the first time in the league this season. Maybe the unbeaten season is still on. Cracker at the bridge. Oh, Vic's not done there. Vic wants to win it. Benzema. Osimhen. Fouled, no. And there is the full-time whistle. It is a cracker, to be fair. Maybe we should stick with the slower pace and just adjust the sliders slightly. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think, because we got battered in Milan. We've conceded 10 in our last 2 after not conceding any, but we did want to make it more of a challenge, so let me know what you think. That was an absolute cracker at the bridge. Okay then guys, I've adjusted the sliders again slightly and we will give them a go in the next episode. But for now, I think that is where we will leave it. Unfortunately, we tasted defeat for the first time this year, but that cracker against Arsenal, the fact that we didn't lose it, I'm willing to keep it on slow pace for a little while longer and see how we get on. And despite that defeat in Milan, it does look as if we will top the group. All we have to do is win at home against Basel, or match Milan's result really, to top the group. In regards to my former teams as well, you can see Roma here in Group G. They are through. They face Dynamo Kiev in the final game, and again, similarly to us, just have to match PSG's result to top the group. Atletico Madrid are sadly out with 3 defeats in their first 5. They've been groups like I was in my season at the club. They look as if they could be dropping into the Europa League, but if they lose to Sporting, they'll be finishing bottom. And as for Bayer Leverkusen, well, they've just beaten Manchester United 4-1 at Old Trafford, so they also top the group there, and will have to match United's result in match day 6 again. So all of our former teams apart from Atleti look as if they will be getting through. And in terms of the Premier League, well, you can see there already a 9-point gap ahead of Manchester City, who have gone into some bad form. So already it feels like we're most likely going to win the Premier League. It would take an almighty bottle from here, but still a long way to go. It's definitely not done yet. And I do think playing on those adjusted sliders could make it a little bit more even and more enjoyable. But like I say, I don't want to walk the league. I also don't want to bottle it completely. Not saying I want to win it every single time, but I want it to be exciting and close. If we have a close title race, it makes it more exciting on its own. But guys, that's where we will leave it for now. I hope you have enjoyed, and we will be back very soon. Peace.